Hello friends, this is a new video, a workout video. Okay, this winter season, as you can see, I'm wearing a warm t-shirt to keep myself warm. During the winter months, we do not wish to train too much. So I have come up with a new workout routine which employs only the basic compound movements. In these winter workouts, we are going to do only the compound movements. We are not going to focus on the isolation movements. You know, it's very difficult to train during the winter months, and so we only want to be doing that which will help us to maintain our size and our definition. The isolation movements we will leave out for the warmer part of the year, but during this very cold part of the year we'll be focusing only on the compound movements. So today is the first day of our workout. We'll be doing 3 exercises only: the squat, the bench press, and the row. But before working out, we will be warming up. So here goes the warm up. So that was the shoulder warm up. Next, I'm going to warm up my rotor cuffs using very light dumbbells. So that was the rotor cuff warm up. Always keep in mind that warming up the rotor cuff is very necessary before you do any heavyweight training, because this will help to prevent an injury to the shoulder. You need to warm up this region before you go into lifting heavy weights, or you could be injured during the bench press and during the military press. As a matter of fact, during all the pressing movements which require shoulder work, so warming up the rotor cuff is very important. Next we are going to mobilize our legs, that is the quads and the hamstrings, by doing free squats. Here goes. Okay, so we have warmed up the legs. Now we are going over to the last warm up exercise. We are going to mobilize our waist. It's very important to mobilize the waist to get blood flowing into this region. The waist is one of the regions which becomes most vulnerable when we are lifting heavy weights. So it's very important to warm up the waist region before going into a workout. Okay, so now we have warmed up the waist and made it flexible. After this, we are going to take a 2 minutes break. Then we are going to go into the first exercise, the squats. The first exercise of this workout routine is the farmer squats. Those of you who have seen my previous videos have seen that earlier I used to squat with the barbell on my back. But of late, I have developed some collarbone issues. So I'm unable to squat with the barbell on my back. For those of you who have issues of the back, of the collarbone like me, you could try switching over to the farmer squat variation. Excuse me, it's rather cold. This version will place a lot less pressure on your back, and you can use your quads and your hamstrings just as effectively as the squat. But those of you who have a healthy back, for them I would definitely suggest the barbell back squat. Now I'm doing the farmer squats with dumbbells. The first two sets will be warm-up sets, and the next three sets will be walking sets. We are going to do 5 sets of 8 reps. So here goes the first warm-up set. That was the first warm-up set. Now I'll increase the weight slightly and do the second warm-up set. While training during the winter months, it's very necessary to take precautions against the cold. So it's always better to wear trousers, I mean flexible ones, while training. You should not be training in your shorts. And if possible, you should wear a thick t-shirt made of knitted cotton like this one. The one I'm wearing. It's a Lee Cooper t-shirt. You can get it at any Big Bazaar outlet. Here goes the second warm-up set. That was the second warm-up set. Now I'll take a minute of break before going over to the walking sets. So now we are going to do the first walking set of the farmer squats. We'll be doing 8 reps. Here goes. Whew. So that was the first walking set. Now a minute of rest before the second walking set. Now we are going to do the second walking set of the farmer squats. The farmer squats, as you can see, I'm holding 100-pound dumbbells in each hand. Each of these dumbbells is a 100-pound dumbbell. I put 100 pounds on these dumbbells. This is good for those who have a collarbone issue. But for those of you who have a healthy back, I repeat once again that nothing can replace the barbell squat. So if you do not have any back issues, if you have a healthy back, go for it. This is the second walking set of the farmer squats. Now a minute of rest before going over to the last set or the third working set. Now we are going to do the final set or the last working set of the former squats. Oh, I took the last set to failure. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes break before moving on to the next exercise, the bench press. Our second exercise is the bench press. In this exercise we are going to do 5 sets once again, but we will be doing 5 reps instead of 8 reps. We will be going very heavy on this, no need to say. The first 2 sets will be the warm-up sets and the last 3 sets will be the walking sets. Each set will consist of 5 repetitions. So this is the first warm-up set. Before I go into the warm-up set, let me tell you that the first warm-up set should be equal to 50% of the weight that you are using on your walking sets. I use 240 on my walking sets, 240 pounds. So I'll be using 120 pounds on the first warm-up set. So here goes. The first warm-up set of 120 pounds on the bar. So that was the first warm-up set. Now I'm going to increase the weight by 40 pounds and do the second warm-up set. 20 on this side, 20 on that side. So that was the second warm-up set. Now I'll take a couple of minutes break before going into the walking sets. Now we are going to do the third set or the first working set of the bench press. We have 240 pounds on the bar. We are going to attempt to do 5 reps. We are going to attempt 5 reps on this one. So that was the first set. Now a minute of break before going into the second working set. Now I'm going to do the fourth set or the second working set. This time too I'll be attempting 5 reps. It's heavy with this amount of weight on the bar without hooks. It's rather difficult. So I succeeded in getting 5 reps. Now I take a minute of break before doing the final set or the third walking set. This is the third walking set or the final set of the bench press. But before I attempt this, I wish to tell you something. During the last set of the bench press, your strength is at its weakest point. Your strength appears to be ebbing. So I would say if you cannot get 5 reps, do not force yourself beyond a point. It could result in an injury or an accident. If you can get 2 reps, get 2 reps. If you can get 3, get 3. But do not push yourself. That's my request to all of you. Leave room for at least 1 more rep before you put the barbell down. Do not exert your 100% on this set because a failure could result in a bad injury. Let's see how much I can do. So that was the final working set. Did you see what I meant? After the 4th rep, I could not totally get the 5th rep. But instead of totally exerting myself to get the barbell up, I held it statically for a few moments, what's called a static hold, and then I lowered it back onto my chest. Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes rest before I move into my last exercise, the bent over row. Our last exercise for this workout session is the barbell row. Same as the bench press, we are going to do 5 sets of 5 reps. The first 2 will be the warm-up sets and the last 3 sets will be the walking sets. So here goes our first warm-up set. It's very important to keep your face straight. If you keep your face like this, your head, your back both, you will risk getting a spine injury. So this is the correct stance. Hold the bar wide with a wide grip, and here goes. That was the first warm-up set. Now I'm going to increase the weight by 40 pounds and do the second warm-up. So that was the second warm-up set. Now a minute of break before going into the walking set. This is the third set or the first walking set of the barbell row. We're going to do 5 reps. The weight is a heavy one. So that was the first walking set. Now a minute of rest before doing the second walking set. This is the 4th set or the second walking set of the barbell rows. Wide grip, head up. Now a minute of gap again before doing the final set. So this is the final walking set of the barbell bent over rows, and this is the final exercise. This is the final set for this workout. Not exercise, sorry. Final set. Here goes. You can attempt to take this set to failure if you wish. Whew. So that was the final set of this workout session. Make sure to do your stretching after having completed this workout. As you can see in this workout, I have not used any isolation movements, only the basic heavy compound moves. Why? Because during the winter season, the basic compound movements will help you to retain the size that you have put on. You do not need to do isolation exercises and unnecessarily prolong your workout in this cold and harsh weather. However, if any of you are really interested in doing isolation work, you can do one movement after each session. For example, during the first day of this workout, after doing these 3 exercises, you may do 3 sets of the barbell curls. But I would advise not to do it unless you are absolutely obsessed with making your arms grow. That's all for now. If you like this video, don't forget to hit on the like button and please subscribe to my channel for more workout videos and click on the bell button to get notifications when my videos come out. With that, I'd like to wish you a very happy winter. Keep training, eat big, and make the muscles grow. Sign off.